Future news, brothers and sisters. Sulman Rahim here, Master of the Covenant, breaker of 7 seals. Brothers and sisters, this may be a final broadcast. I'm considering very strongly about going offline. It's been nearly 35 years. I said just about everything that needs to be said about what's happening now and about what's about to happen. And what I'm going to mention today, I'm going to keep this short. I'm going to try to bring you all up to date or up to, when you race, we're racing like, and first shoot the gun, then everybody takes off. Well, try to bring up to that point, brothers and sisters. So we'll see what happens. See, because we're in the final stages, brothers and sisters. In the final stages for apocalypse, I'm unprecedented trouble. The world changed in the 1990s. When seals was broken, everybody acknowledges that. The world changed in the 1990s. What happened in the 1990s? 1990, they started breaking to heaven. Right? And they've been there. Since then, what's that? 34 years? Anyway, let's look at this. And Esau said to them, watch, I watch Satan fall from heaven like lightning. What does that mean? Now, how could, if heaven is beyond the sun, moon, and stars, how could he see Satan fall like lightning? How could he see it all? Satan's probably invisible. No, they're talking about the Middle East, talking about the Middle Eastern war. When Satan was cast out, and the dragon, and Magog and Magog. But it tells you the nature of his casting out. Like lightning, be fast. Be fast. From heaven like lightning, because remember, if you understand Angel Key, they're in heaven right now. And they're about to be cast out. I'm telling you, the war in heaven is when they get cast out. It's supposed to happen any time. It says when God make our Antichrist, so Satan is cast out and dragon. Right? By Michael and his angels. And that's supposed to happen any time now. And it's supposed to happen between beginning of October and beginning of winter. And now we got, 23 days left? So God, lightning. So, and everybody says this war, they said when Iran makes a move, it's going to be devastating. That scripture says it'll come like whirlwind. Right? And the timing is absolutely right. Everything falls into place right now. But it says, so that means the war's not going to last long. It's going to happen fast. So it's telling you, I said, watch Satan fall heaven like lightning. We only got a few days left, brothers and sisters. So let's look at this. See if we can support any of this. I said him, I watched Satan fall from heaven like lightning. Look at this. Then shall the vision concerning the daily sacrifice and transgression of desolation to give sanctuary, host be traveling foot. Now what's this daily sacrifice? Vision concerning daily sacrifice and transgression of desolation. There's two different things there. See? What's this daily sacrifice? That's something different. Right? And then it's transgression of desolation to give both sanctuary and host be trodden on foot. Now, transgression of desolation, that refers to the sanctuary and host being trodden on the foot. It said to me, until 2,300 days, then shall the sanctuary be cleansed. It must be unclean for that period of time, which comes out to 76.6. 76.6 years. Could be divided by months. That's 76.6 years. Right? But what's that 0.6? 76 will put you at 2024. From 1948. Be 2024. That's this year. But you notice that sanctuary, right? Right? That desolation was set up in 1948 in May. But let's look at this point 6. Point 6 of like 0.5 of 12 is half of that, right? 0.6 a little more, so that'd be 7.2 months. 7.2 months. So it'd be 76 years plus 7.2 months. Now what does that mean? 76 years, which would be 2024, plus 7 and 2 months. From what? It had to be from the starting point. The starting point was May 14, 1948. Right? So a starting point would be there. So 76 years from now would be 2024, plus 7.2 months. Well, if you go from May, it has 7.2 months, May to June, July, August, September, October. Wait a minute, hold it. I'm getting ahead of myself, brother and sister. These one of those days. May to June, July, August, September, October, November, December. They put you in December. That means it'll be cleansed in December of this year. That's what it says there. And the other one says, right? So it's going to have fast. And we know it has happened between, I want to bounce this here for a minute. Has happened between Sabbath, which is 7th month, and the winter, which will be between the beginning of October 1st, to December 20th. And that's what's saying there, brothers and sisters. So all the time it adds up. It means something's, and everybody's expecting. That's not just me. Everybody, they don't recognize, they don't say what it means, but everybody's saying something's going to happen soon before Christmas. Right? So there you go. 76.6. 12 times 0.6 is 72 months. 7.2 months. May 14th of 1948, 76 years. Today, 76 years will be 2024 plus 7.2 months equals 2024 12. So like I said, it's not too much more for me to say, brothers and sisters. Now, I don't want you to get excited about this, brothers and sisters, because this is very difficult. I'm still studying this one. Like I said, there's much. A lightning bolt that hit me in my ass 30 years ago, bro. Since 35 years ago. Intense study, energy management, focusing my energy in thinking. See, some people are rich with money, but I'm rich with knowledge. See, everything costs. Everything costs. And some of the people that's the richest people in the world, some of the dumbest people in the world. Everything costs, brothers and sisters. See? So I choose to become wealthy with knowledge, and according to the angel, the Lamb is the wealthiest person on the planet because he's got the more knowledge than anyone on the planet. They said Solomon was the wisest man ever lived, the wealthiest. You understand? I have to explain all these things, brothers and sisters. I have to realize how. Right? If I say energy is everything's energy, then you guys find out what quality of energy I'm talking about. Is I'm talking about $1 million shit farm or $1 million gold mine, both worth $1 million. So for energy, if it takes energy for everything, then it takes energy for this knowledge. That means if I have a lot of it, and if it's true knowledge, that means I'm very wealthy. I'm more wealthy than anyone else that doesn't have it. See? Because at one time I did have a lot of money. I didn't have this knowledge. But I traded the money in for the knowledge. Maybe you'll understand one day. So, I just want to point it out, brothers and sisters. I'm going to keep this short. Keep it very short, brothers and sisters. What was happening? Oh, did I do? Okay, I'll let this play out for a while. And I'm going to keep this short, brothers and sisters. Hope you understand. Now, what I'm showing here, I'm having trouble with my systems. What I'm showing here is the devil, Adam had power to rule. Right? And so this is his rulership. Every place he's ruling the whole planet. Right? God can make God's rule the whole planet. So they will come out and deceive the whole world. That's not past. I mean, that's not future, that's past. They try to say, oh, that's the future. See? That's the future. And think this thing about dictators. Oh, dictators are the worst thing in the world. Hate dictators. They torture you. They already got your reflex reaction to dictators. But who's the greatest dictator of all? The one they call Jesus. He's the greatest dictator of all. I mean, he's a top of line of dictators. Because he says, you ain't gonna vote for him. He's gonna be a God. He's gonna impose it on you. He's gonna be your God. He's your God, and you better do every damn thing he says do. Because if you don't do it, he's gonna burn your ass up in hell. That's the ultimate dictator. So what's going on, brothers and sisters? They teach you to hate dictators, hate them. But Jesus is the ultimate dictator, according to the Bible. Ultimate dictator, the ultimate. He has power not only your life, but your death too, forever. Think about that. When they come and say they got together to make war against God, because they already gave reflex action. Because this person, see, to God's a spirit. Why? So when he shows up as a man, you won't set him as God. And then you'll make war with him because he's a dictator. Boy, do they have you going. See, do they have you going. We're going to see how this works out, brothers and sisters. I got a better am I getting better response? Let's see. Oh, it's a little better. What I'm showing here, brothers and sisters, that see, if Adam hadn't been given rulership because we didn't have the power to rule, then it would be at each other's throats. Because we had no power over civilization. And that's one of the reasons why the nations went off of the mathematical standard, because it takes energy to be on the mathematical standard. It takes energy to think. And think mathematically takes a lot of energy. So they said, well, we give that up and go with religion, which requires no thinking, in order to keep our nation together. I know you understand these things, brothers and sisters. But see, and that's why it's going to be so hard for you, the tribulation, because now you got to move to the mathematical standard, which is going to take a lot of energy, but you're going to have to do it. Otherwise, you will not make it out of here. That's your requirement, to be God's. But it's going to be very difficult because everything else is going to be turned off. The only thing you won't be able to do is turn on the mathematical standard. That's the angel. See? You have to be forced to do it. If you don't do it, because we're not going to have a bullshit kingdom. A kingdom of gods. So everything's be turned off. Where you're going to be able to apply energy is if you want to survive on that level, to raise you back up to the gods you are. And that's what it's going to take to do it. See? So I'm going to let this play out, brothers and sisters, because it didn't come through clearly the other day and it has buffering issues. So I think I've resolved some of that. But that's what it's showing here. So in other words, it might be a bad kingdom, but bad water is better than no water. And so, yeah, Adam is wicked and he's doomed. But the point is, right? He was a stabilizing force in the world for 500 years. I know you don't see that and say, "Oh, he's speaking good." No, 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 no. He was wicked and he abused us, but he was a stabilizing force because that's what I'm trying to show you. He kept the nation in line on a wicked level, but he still kept them on a line. He kept them under control. He wouldn't be a ruler if he didn't keep things under control. Under wicked control, but still kept on. Otherwise, they'd been at each other's throats. Because everybody's some energy deprivation, so they've been stealing from everybody else. They've been attacking everybody else. Each nation been attacking each other nation. I didn't know if I should even speak to that or not, bro. Because I know it probably confused a lot of you. But why would God put somebody in charge, right, that didn't have any benefit? See, there was a benefit. See, so let me pause here, Father Brothers, just for a minute, and then I'm going to talk about it slowly. Then I'm going to close out. One second here, brothers and sisters. What's happening? What I'm going to do here? Let's see. Okay. Nope. Let's see here. Let's do it this way. Okay. Let's do here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let me close out, brothers and sisters. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was going to talk about another puzzle ninja, in Daniel, but I think I'm going to leave it alone today for today. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, brothers and sisters. You see here? They're in apocalypse. Now, basically here, what I'm showing is Gog and Magog, America and Britain have control of all the nations. They're the rulers. They've been the rulers for 50 years doing energy deprivation. We got the whole 6,000 years, but we can talk about specifically the last 500 years. Right? See? So this now their time has come to an end. And so now they made it into heaven, the Middle East. See, how could Satan be thrown out if he hadn't gotten there? And we know the Middle East is heaven. So now the war is about the first stage, about his desolation is going on right now. That started. Yeah, see, I'm a little buffering again. So anyway, it started. Okay? And so second stage is when Michael and his angels, which is a Shia, and that's what's about to happen now. Iran is about to make his move, and that's the war in heaven, where Dragon, which is House of Sod, and his angels, Gog and Magog in America, Gog and Magog and Antichrist, are cast out. Right? That's what's about to happen. And according to my calculation, what I just showed you, that's what happened within the next 3 weeks. Actually, 3 weeks. And so that war is going to be very short because it says Satan's going to be cast down as like lightning bolt. So when Iran hits, it's going to be horrible for them. Dramatic. So this is about to happen. Because it says in Daniel He'll come out like a whirlwind. So Iran is not going to be playing when they make their move. So now they got kicked out. And false Israel was cast down, under siege, on fire. See, America's bases are kicked out and they're thrown back into Europe. Okay? House of Saud, they kicked out of the region. Right? You understand? Okay, there you go. Okay. Was that what I'm sure it's a little ahead of myself here, right? Because they're not at this point. Well, I guess you can leave it that way. You're talking about the officials, because the Sunnis, the Arabs, they're still going to be there. The officials, they've fled. They're not in the Middle East. They've gone. They're going back to Asia, where they came from. House of Saud are really Indians. They're not even Arabs. Okay, let's move on. This was happening. So now, this Iran and Syria has control of the Middle East under Master Muhammad's command. He's the right, and houses and false Israel is down, felt heavy like a lightning bolt on fire, under siege. Right. And then, right, that's when Suleiman, but that's during this war. So I'm sure, but during this war, that's when Suleiman comes to know how it takes over. That's when Pharaoh Khan is cast down. Daniel talks about that too, but I'm not sure if I want to get into that today. But he's cast down. It does talk about it. When it gives those timelines. So he comes in bright. They've seen a great bright light. You understand? So he's there with his elect, right? And America is in conflict here and in Europe. And say, whoa, Europe, see, that's why it's fading back there, because they've been attacked. Not only Russia, but the EU too, is former allies. It's under attack. Understand? That's what's about to happen now. See? Now, Master Muhammad shows up during this time, right? During this particular time. He grabs the lamb and the elect and takes them out. At the time, Michael, time of unprecedented trouble, and he takes, right, he takes out the elect and the lamb. But this Nation of Islam is still there. And then you got two nations. See, you got two nations now in America. In conflict with each other, at war with each other. Two nations. Because Nation of Islam is an established nation and the people are united. Right? It says an army. What do you call it? A great army. Exceedingly great. Make by the exceedingly great. So it's an established army. Right? Bearing witness to the Lamb and bearing witness to Master Prophet Muhammad. Under control of yet unknown person. Right? That's a student of the angel. Should be, might be, maybe not. We'll see. But now you got two nations there at war with each other. See? Because they attack. The nation is being born, and they're attacking it. The nation is born anyway. A seemingly great army. You understand, brothers and sisters? At war with each other. Right? And all the other things that go with it. It can be cannibalism, because America's been on its knees. Master Muhammad has cut off his source of fuel and source of food. See, I'm giving you the short version, brothers and sisters. See, try to fill in some of the blanks. Because that's a nation now. It's an established nation. It's not under control of America. And America say, hey, hold it, you in America? Oh, hell with that. We're a nation. And you're trying to stop us. And we're going to stop you. and we're going to crush you for everything you've done to us. And they're kicking ass all the way to the West Coast, doing them double and done to you. You see? And then China, India gets on the move because UK is taken out. The first thing they do is they wipe it out instantly. Bam. That shockwaves to America. Their major ally is gone. The other ally that was using to deceive us is already taken down, falls Israel. And now the two major allies are gone. America, all the friends are gone. See? So the UK got Magog is gone. China takes it out. And China and India allies together and they're on the move. Because now America is weak. As weak as ever been. The empires are collapsing. America's being wiped out. All this, remember, first of all the energy, they cut off for energy, and the only one that has energy are the Europeans is Russia. So now all the Europeans are banned with ally Russia, right? They keep fuel because they can't fight without fuel, and America's running out of fuel like that. So it's not an empire anymore. They can't we can't refuel. It has to go with the fuel it has. That means if they got a million airplanes, maybe 100 can fly because they don't have fuel for them. That's why it broke the pride of their power. You understand? They broke it. So America's been devastated in Europe, right? And it's getting its ass kicked over here in America. Revenge, retaliation, and they're starving. See? Then the demons, they're part of America. They're going down too. They're gonna be at war with us too, but but America be at war with them, so they gotta retaliate, defend themselves. They're in a conflict there. There's a conflict between them. I'm getting here, boss. I'm getting some kind of message here. What's going on here? Send these messages here. Okay. Any more? Okay. You understand, brothers and sisters? Retaliation. America's going down. It's been attacked by everyone. Retaliation. Revenge. See? Everybody's power is increased. America's power has waned. See, well, something I was going to say, I forgot what it was, brothers and sisters. Maybe come back to me. But China and India is coming together. And so is Africa. You already see it right now in this so-called BRICS. They're coming together. Because see, America's slipping. It's time to make their move. So he took out Magog. They're gone. Forces are gone. Those are America's two major allies. And then EU has turned against them because they can be fueled by Russia because the oil in the Middle East has been cut off. So the only way to get oil is from Russia. So they allied Russia against America. And that's the war. That's Armageddon, a European war. You understand, brothers and sisters? So now you got the GOAT. That's India and China, along with the bear. It's Africa. You understand? And they make their move. So what happens here? It's the next step. And bam. They go. At the same time when the Nation of Islam leaves, departs. I explained all this in terms of pressure recently. So you can go back and can review both. Same thing. They leave. Right? They depart on the way back home to Arabia. Right? So America now, see, that's why it's It's pulsing like that because it's under attack. It's an attack. It's almost devastating, totally devastating Europe. And they're being rocked. They're being devastated over in America. That's the goat attacks the ram and destroys it. Right? And only one can withstand, right, that attack is the most disciplined of the devils. It's ones calling themselves Christians and following the Christian doctrine as they understand it. Homosexuality and the transgender stuff. They try to do that. So they have more discipline than the rest of them. That's what destroyed. They have no discipline. Discipline times power. Discipline times energy equals power. They have enough discipline to survive the attack. Just survive it. But they don't have enough discipline to gain control. Just they can't control themselves. I explain that also. They lost control of themselves basically because they're descendants of people who stole energy that produced it to begin with. But there's another way of looking at it. They have enough strength, enough power to survive that onslaught, but enough power to gain control of themselves. That's what it means. Those who survive it are taken captive all the nations. That's why I put the cross there. I was the devil. Cross of Christians and following faithfully what they believe to be Christian teachings. And so they take them captive while America's burning. Totally burned. It will be totally burned up, destroyed. You understand? And America's right, still struggling in Europe, but it's in vain. And then what? America's gone. Right? America's gone. They're in Europe. They don't no more. They're no more. So what you have left to stand is Russia and Europe, and Russia in control. Because they're the ones who give source, the fuel, to the EU. Right? And Russia is the most disciplined of the European nations. I have no knowledge of them going in and colonizing Africa and taking people, slaves out of Africa. I know there were slaves and got there, but not because Russia went in Africa and took them. Right? Because that guy, what's that guy's name? I can't remember his name. He's a famous poet. Right? He was the son of a slave. I can't think of his name. Right? That's one of the most famous poets. At any rate, now, what you have now is it's about pressure. It's about power. And who has the most power in the world at the time? We do. We have the greatest discipline. We have a little less energy, but we have the greatest discipline, so we have the power in the world. But who's second power? Esau, the Africans, right? And they have more power than China and India. And so, power, you understand, but power just doesn't sit there and say, okay, and it doesn't submit to lower power. It just doesn't do it. And so anytime you have power, you have a current. You have power, greater power, lower power, you have a current. It's going to be a conflict. That's where it is, brothers and sisters. It's not going to be peace there. You put a balloon underwater, and you move your hands out. Let me set it for a while. Those will come out of the water. That's just mathematics. So now you have a power contest, a power conflict here. We got the greatest power at that time. Africa has the next greatest under us, and then everybody else on different degrees lower than that. So what happened is that power does not yield to lower power. So Africa goes and it's a current between Africa and China, India. And when you have a current, the highest pressure moves against the lowest pressure. It annihilates the lowest pressure. That's what happened. So now Africa goes against China, India, and takes them out. Takes them out. I understand that concept, brothers and sisters. Takes them out. He takes them out. And then what happens? You see? We're back home in the Middle East. We're getting stronger and stronger. You got two conflicts occurring between Africa and us. That's only two currents. Russia and EU, they're in the back seat. They're in the back seat. They don't have no power against any of us. They're sitting there to be consumed once this power equation is resolved. So now you got a conflict between us and Esau, Jacob and Esau. We had a greater power. Their power was high and strong, but not as great as ours. And that's the war be greater because the two powers are so much equal to each other. See, so we can't really crush them because their power is almost equal as ours. Except for the elect whose power is much greater because Holocaust. But the point is that, well, even the ones that come through the tribulation, but still, it's not that much of a difference, so we really can't crush them, but we can bring them under control, right? But we don't worry about Russia and EU in the background. Just waiting for whatever we decide we do once we resolve our conflict. Okay. And then what happens? There it is. We defeat Africa, see, and take control of take control of Sunni land, Sunnis. Oh, that's what I want to talk about, religion. If they say that Islam is going to rise in the West, that's what they say in Hadith. The Sunnis say Islam will rise in the West, but they try to change it. The West mean, that's right, so ISIS. The West means Syria and Lebanon, because they're on the west coast of Asia, right? No. See, they don't want to say the West like over here in America. Because, amen, that might mean life has something to do with it. But the bottom line is this simple question. If they say Islam is going to rise in the West, that means it's dead now, ain't it? Yeah, two and two together, that means they said, it's dead now. And they the ones supposed to be Islam, right? But so if it's rising, that means it's dead. If it got to rise, it's dead. Mama said Moses was held bound anyway. They say it themselves, they even know what they're saying. And that's what happened here, brothers. America, this hemisphere is totally on fire. We're back home here. And we delete all our enemies. Eliminate all our enemies. Then we take control of the whole earth under God, Master Muhammad, and the high priest, the Lamb, and our eternal slaves, the devils, right? Well, they'll be Christians, and well, I guess you can still call them Christians, because they're going to be in submission to Christ. But there won't be no cross. Well, they might have a cross too, but they're going to have it right. They're going to have it right. They're going to know who the Christ is, and he was on the cross. They put him on, so they might still call themselves Christians. They might still call themselves. They're still eternal slaves, and they obey us 100%. And they had a mind we give them. Understand, brother and sister? I'm gonna leave it there. Leave it there. See, whether you agree with this or not, you ain't hearing this kind of information anyplace else. And I can prove everything I say, I can prove everything. That shows the mindset of this world. That shows they don't know a goddamn thing. They don't know how dark this world is. Because this is the truth, and it's clear. And that means you hear anything even similar, close to what I'm telling you here, brothers and sisters. Nothing. Yet it's totally accurate. The timing is perfect. It's not like, watch the weather. I've been telling you for 35 years. Cast down. I was going to speak to that, but I'm going to leave that alone for tonight, brothers and sisters. Because this is I think I'm going offline. I'm still deciding whether I'm gonna do that or not, brothers and sisters. Still deciding. Say we're so close in near 35 years, I got more things to do. So it may be offline, I may not get back. It's my calculation, like I said, we're talking about just a few more days, right? I said I watched Satan fall from heaven like lightning, to be lightning bolt. Okay. We understand, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum.